What's up, guys? Welcome to Out, this is Hockmed from Hockmed Gaming. Let's go. Bunch of stuff. Baggers are out. Not quite sure how I'm gonna go about it. I might just say screw it. I'm gonna buy the cheapest one when I can afford it and go from there. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty useful for solo saves. So let's check this guy out. See what we get first. EX 4000 FS. Alrighty. Well, that's good. That's good. Be better if I remember what that was. This, not a crater. I know that. It's not those. Those are. What in the heck is that? Why am I having such a hard time finding what that is? I don't know. It's not those. It's not the loaders. It's not the paver. It's not the dozer. It's not the grader. It's not the attachment. It's got to be an excavator, right? Or did I put something in there by accident that isn't? Oh, right there. Or let's see, what was it? It was one of those. I don't remember which one it was now, but I don't care because those things are not the greatest anyway. All right, well, first and foremost, how much do we even need for these baggers? Let me just see. 4 million. We're at 1.6. All right, well, I guess we're gonna go this route. We'll see how much we got, and yeah, I think we'll run into town. Let's run into town. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Whatever day this does so come out. Like I said, I'm been recording a lot of stuff to get ahead of a little week-long vacation, which is a benefit to YouTube over, like, streaming live, is you can get ahead of the game on stuff, and sucks for a while because you gotta record a bunch of stuff, edit a bunch of stuff, thumbnail a bunch of stuff, description a bunch of stuff, and then extra than you normally do, but you can go away and still have videos and stuff releasing. So that is one of the benefits to it. Nice thing about streaming over, like, YouTube and recordings and stuff like that is you just hop on and you play. You sign off and you're done. Like, for the most part. I mean, you can edit your live feed and your live video and put it on YouTube, or you can just put it on there as a live stream like I've done on a few I've happened to run. So let's see how much we can get for all this. And that'll tell us what we're going to do for the rest of the day. So, not a lot there, not a lot there, not a lot there. Definitely not enough. Okay, so, let's see. Having said that, let me bring this back up for a second. What do we have left on here? The grader, that's the paver, that's the dozer, the roller, fuel truck. EX 4000 FS. Did I not hit remove? That's all right. Still no trucks, which is fine, but that would be useful. Loader would be useful. I don't know. I don't know what excavators I have. Because that's I mean, it was great. I started and had it all, but they added, all the cable freaking ones. And now I am on like all these should be unlocked. I feel like this one should be unlocked, right? I mean, the 2000s. I think, yeah, because there's so many different things now. I mean, these ones I'm sure aren't unlocked yet. That's probably like the next tier, the tier after, like the next tier, the tier after. I'm just like, yeah, I got like the long. God dang, look at those things. That's insane. I'm just trying to debate here on what I should do. We got to make some money. I think we just go and we mine out our pit. But part of me kind of wants to. Need 4 million. I think I can make more running pay dirt than I can driving the loader, excavator, and a truck all the way up here to this to drive it all the way down to the plant to sell. I mean, and plus, I really don't want to sell the iron and stuff because we need all the steel to keep making us parts for our plant. And at the same time, I like to get some bigger trucks for it. That way, when I load it up, I'm taking a lot more money's worth to the plant on the. It's not a super long trip. Like, there's definitely been longer trips in out of ore history amongst all the games. That's for dang sure. But for just a little tiny rock truck, it's quite a lot. Let's hop in our loader. Let's come on down here. Let's dig up some pay dirt. Let's get it run through the freaking plant. Let's run back up to the plant. Let's check our coal generator. Make sure she's still running good. And that we got water, because all that's going to help, I think, improve our yields, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure, yeah, we got a ton of water on backup. Let's just top that guy off just to make sure. Yeah, I don't really want to waste that steel or the iron and all that. Wish I could just, just start unlocking the stuff that I really, really need or want, like the loaders and stuff like that. And all right, this is just a mess in here. I know. So I watched the little dev thing with on Splitting 2s. Ultimately, not a whole lot of real information. Personally, I didn't think it was a lot of the same old, like, soonish. I asked like 8 questions, not one of them was good enough, I guess, so that sucked because some stuff I wanted to know, but it is what it is. There's a lot of people, a lot of questions, and obviously, clearly, and rightfully don't have any kind of pull or say, but, there was a ton of questions that are asked every time, all the time, and then there was stuff that I want to know, and that's probably why, because I want to know, and it's not like a big thing, but, I want to know, hey, I asked about, what did I ask about? Let's see here. I'm trying to remember them all. One was if there's a way that we could get different transmission settings per vehicle type. It's one of those things that are obviously not a big deal, but it could be something implemented easy, and a bunch of people might want it. A bunch of people might not care about it, but in the end of the day, it doesn't affect anybody, no matter which way, if they implemented something like that. But I didn't get nothing on that. Asked if they were gonna work and fix paving, since they kind of threw it out, but that was it, and they just moved on. Because maybe I'm the only one, and that's maybe the next problem. Maybe that's why that wasn't good enough for them to answer, but I feel like paving's not done. I feel like it was put out, here you go, this is what it is, and then it just got left behind in the dust. And I don't feel it's a finished product. I think it needs some work, thicker asphalt, not destructible, unless, a separate machine or something to make it destructible, or, like only a dozer can break it, even that way they don't have to make a new machine, something like that, because it's, I don't know, that's something that needs to be worked on, and I think that is a given. I'm trying to remember. Kind of getting a little irritated because if you donated, you definitely got your question asked. Everything that I seen that got donations got their questions asked. I'm like, okay, well, and it wasn't just that. I mean, other people were, but like they kept choosing the questions that they couldn't give any real answers to for the most part. So it was kind of, I don't know. I think maybe the format should be a little different. Personally, I don't know. And this ain't no hate against Split or anything like that. I love Split. I think he's great. I owe him a lot for, he helped jumpstart my channel on out-of-work content a little bit. I know a few people that follow me through him, and it's awesome. So nothing against Split, nothing, like that. It wasn't really that. I mean, from what I understand, it was like the devs taking the questions, and I don't know. Back to never even got a response for when my save file switched over to creative, even though it's not creative. I was just trying to get, is there a way to get it off here so I don't have to every time edit my file? I couldn't get a response on that. So pretty much got to be a big person to, I guess, to get any kind of answers, which sucks, but I understand it. All truthful, not like sarcastically. I understand it. They aren't gonna waste their time on a little person that, maybe got, one person to buy the game, and that's about it, So I definitely understand it. As salty as I sound, it is what it is. What else did I ask questions about? I asked the same one a few times just in case it got missed, because there's a lot of people on there. And I was like, all right, maybe it's just a question. Maybe the devs don't want to answer that question. I mean, I don't understand why not. I mean, a soon or a no or a yes, is about the same answers it would have been anyway, I'm sure. So we had, it was transmission. It was asphalt. Yeah, I just can't even remember them all. But I'd have to go back and like watch the replay of the chat just to see what I was asking. I mean, they did talk about, you know, some stuff that I wanted to know but didn't ask, because at some point I just said, screw it, I'm done wasting my breath. But it was, or wasting my breath, wasting my energy to type. They want to add more building pieces and stuff like that, which I think is cool. I'm hoping for, you know, some more DLC or something like that. I know, they're working on physics and like the dozer contact level, but you know, like I said, they're not going to get dates, and I kind of understand that. You know, they don't want to be like, oh, you know, we're going to work on this in a month, you know, or no, aim for a month, and then it doesn't come out for 6 months, and everyone's pissed. So, you know, trains on the roadmap, that's you know, doesn't seem like it's the top priority, which is fine. You know, I don't really care, but I do know they were talking about the roadmap, and I think it was Split that kind of brought it up, and I agree. They need to update the roadmap, you know, kind of put it out there. Talk about modding. I know somebody asked about Unreal 5. I didn't ask about that because they already, last time, you know, I brought it up, and the other boys bringing it up, and they're hoping maybe for the end of the year, but most likely not. No promises. So, to be honest with you, compared to how they answered the Unreal 5 question compared to how it was answered last time, I almost took it as like it's not even like a for sure thing. Like it might not even happen. I don't know. It may have just been how I took it, but I don't even remember the answer was. But I know as soon as they said it, I'm like, it doesn't sound like they're even going to switch. I mean, they're talking about like compatibility and stuff like that, you know, and needing all that. And I wish I was a game dev or knew a game dev, you know, because from what I understand and read in my unknowledge self, this pit down here is just absolutely atrocious. There's friggin' bumps. It's driving up a hillside, whatever. Because from what I understand and read, I mean, obviously Unreal 4 is old, right? It's not done, but it's done. Like, they're not pumping resources in Unreal 4, they're pumping them in Unreal 5 and Unreal 6. And I feel like the support and the stuff you can get is going to be way better for Unreal 5 than 4. And one of you guys watching might know and might be more on that level of technology than me. But, you know, it's like, how many, I mean, are there that many add-ons and plugins being updated for Unreal 4? I mean, I'm sure there's some, obviously, right? Like, there's games still being updated on Unreal 4. And I don't really care, personally. I mean, I'd like the game to look a lot better. I think it would help things. But I do know that, you know, Unreal 5 does have its issues, especially with, like, crashing and stuttering, which sounds like, last thing I kind of heard on that, they kind of got that working better and getting fixed and something like that, so that could be cool. But, you know, it's like, it'd be like creating an app for, you know, an old Google operating system, or, you know, an old Apple OS, you know, like, it's not really something a whole lot of people's gonna be supporting. So I don't know. Talked about modding, you know, that's down the road. They're not gonna limit it to like the workshop. So, you know, they talked about, you know, someone asked about lumber and you know, that's where these guys are from. Like, they modding farming sim with forestry and stuff. Oh, I asked about the bumpy terrain. Like, is there a way we can get, like, the maps, like, maybe a smooth option, you know? Or where the maps are just terrible with all these freaking stupid, pointless bumps across the terrain. Again, that might not bother anybody else, might not be that big of a deal, but, like, maybe wherever these maps take place, that's how the terrain is. Maybe there's ridges and everything, but I don't know why it just can't be like a smooth map. Because once, you know, trucking comes and all that, like, you're either gonna have to stay close to your base or to, you know, to where your stuff is, or, you know, I'm assuming new maps are gonna have like pre-baked towns in them, would be my assumption. You know, assuming that trucking even means hauling vehicles. Like, I don't know. I personally haven't heard that that's what the trucking is about. It might just be semi-trucking hauling material. But like, I'm more hoping for being able to move equipment, you know, and maps where the stores are, and you can't just order stuff and drop it by a helicopter. Like, that's what I'm personally hoping for. So, like, if that's the case, either they're gonna obviously hopefully have pre-baked roads, which I don't think a ton of people would like. I think some might be alright, you know, but for the most part, I think a lot of people would. My assumption would be, I know my preference would be, you know, have a cool town or something, and, you know, whatever infrastructure there, and then, you know, kind of like my town I built, you know, bigger and better looking, obviously. But here it is. There's a dead end road. There's a dead end road. Go to town. But if, you know, you got a map like that, you're gonna be taking semis and trailers across bumpy terrain, or you're gonna have to grab a roller and smooth out the area all the way. So it's, I don't know. I mean, they're working. I mean, that's for sure, right? Like, they're definitely putting up, you know, working. Not like they're just kind of game sitting there on life support. You know, they're definitely making stuff and putting stuff. But I mean, I'd just like them to finish the system, you know, to at least like a 90%. I would think, you know. I understand not 100% done, because as you upgrade and change stuff, you know, it's never going to be done. But like I said, I mean, it may be paving. Maybe just people don't care about paving like I, you know, like I kind of want to enjoy it, because I don't know. What do you guys? What do you guys play for? Do you guys play just to dig in the dirt? Like, you don't care about anything else? I'm genuinely curious. Or do you guys like to play to build cool stuff, or build plants, or do you want to, like, you know, kind of build a map? Like, I don't, like, for me, I enjoy this part, like digging in the dirt, right? But I think it's just part of the puzzle to me. Like, I'm actually having a really good time and enjoying, you know, getting the roads and getting a town made and, you know, stuff like that. But so just because I like that don't mean nobody else likes it. I'm kind of curious, like, what do you guys enjoy the most? Do you guys even care about paving per se? Do you guys care about trains? You know, I know they talked about trains, and that was weird to put me way up there. They're probably going to start small, like mine carts and stuff like that, which I think is cool. I'd rather have that, start with that, than big trains, because at the moment, what's the point of a train, like, in the game, right? Like, unless you purposely make your plant that far away from your cut, because at the moment unless you just want to drive a train or you want to drive a long distance, there's no reason to have any kind of distance between your plant and the train, or the pit. Like, even if I dug this out and I took everything out of here and I needed to move, like, I can go so much closer where a train's not even needed. So obviously that means there's got to be something bigger in the works, right? Like, we got to be looking at maybe more developed maps, which is, again, what I personally think would be a lot cooler. I think smaller maps would be a lot cooler. And when I say smaller, like, you know, if you haven't really looked and understand how big these maps really are, it's insane. Especially with like the dig limit right now, right? Like, there's no reason for a map this size. The only, I guess I should say, there is no reason. There's always a reason for something you can come up with, right? The best reason I can see is that way if I want to play the same map over and over, I can go to 1,000, 20,000, 50,000 different spots, you know, to do a playthrough. You know, the ground's not procedurally generated. I believe that's what I heard, right? And I kind of wish it was, but that's not like, obviously I'm not stopping you from playing the game. Nothing that they're doing or not doing is stopping you from playing the game. But, you know, I don't know, it is what it is. I think drills and all that are next, but I don't know. I'm starting, I kind of feel like I want to compare it to like The Sims, right? Like not like the game style or gameplay, right? Obviously, I know that's not the same. But like The Sims 4, for example, I only know this. I mean, I've played, I don't know. Let's say I have 10 hours in it in my life. We'll go with that. But my wife, on the other hand, has 8, 9, 10,000 hours in Sims 4. And I've had my entire life of EA. And Sims 4, like, you know, besides doing typical EA things like, oh, let's create a new game, let's remove all the features, we'll start fresh, and then we'll bring out DLCs that include all the features that used to be in the, you know, the previous game, and then make people pay for it. You know, that's obviously their big thing. But like Sims 4, like, they still don't have stuff like, you know, the cars, for example. You know, granted, you don't drive them, you just got in them and travel, but you don't have them. And there's like their new engine and all this and that, and their code is, from what I understand, so freaking messed up. All they do is just keep piling more and more and more on top of it. You know, like DLCs now are coming out like crazy for that game. You want to think that's crazy? Go to Sims 4, like on Steam, and look at like the complete package to get the game and all the packs. What is like $1,800? Isn't that insane? Like, I think that deters some people from even wanting to play. Sure, Sims 4 is free, but you know, $1,800 in expansions. I guess I should wait for that to go away. I kind of like what Payday 2 did, because they have a lot of content too. They made like a, I don't know, what was it, $4.99, $5.99, something like that, like a subscription, where you basically get all the DLCs as part of a subscription, which I think is kind of cool. And a game like Sims 4, like, you know, Payday I could see, you know, alright, yeah, I played them, I'm done with the expansions, whatever. But like Sims 4, like all the building pieces, everything, you're not going to want to get rid of them. One, they're going to wreck all your saves, you know, or disappear, or make everything empty that you used it from. But I feel like the same thing's starting to happen here, because we're getting these systems added. And, like, again, paving. Added, moved on from. It's not done. It's not complete. Like, why can't we just complete it first? You know, and we're adding all these new vehicles. We got the baggers and all the rope shovels and stuff like that, which is awesome. I'm glad to see more content coming. But let's fix what we have now and go from there. And that was originally the whole reason they weren't going to Unreal 5 right away. They wanted to get everything settled, or at least, you know, cliff note what they said in I don't know how long ago it was, either 2 or 3, I think it was 2, like little dev things ago. Is they want to, you know, get a solid point and then transfer from there, so to speak. But I don't know. I know they asked about headlights. That was one I was going to ask, and I seen somebody ask it, and they answered that, you know. Yeah, they're working on something soon. dozers getting kind of fixed soon. Multiple companies and stuff like that being able to like buy plots of land instead soon. It's just, I think the format should just go, hey guys, we're having a dev, we're going to talk about this system, and this system. Let's ask some questions about that, because for the most part it's an episode of, you know, you get some details, you get some information, and it's basically about the new stuff that they're doing, which was the baggers, which is great. I mean, I think that's a great enough episode as it is, but like, I think it's more irritating to go, you know, hey, what's the possibilities of XYZ? And they go, oh yeah, it's possible. And that's the end of it. You know, or, oh yeah, we definitely want to work on that. We'll have something soon. So essentially, nothing was answered besides, oh yeah, you're going to do something with it. But soon could be tomorrow, soon could be 2 years from now. But an updated roadmap, I think, be helpful. And like I said, I understand. I don't want a date. I don't want like, oh, we are going to have trains on December 18th. You know, there's broken promises and stuff like that. Just communities go just insane over. Like, look at a game delay. You know, how bad that gets, even though if they release it and it's crappy, it's a worse response. So, but yeah, I think maybe instead of like, hey, here's a question answer thing, let's just, hey, we're here to talk about this, ask us questions about this, and go from there. But yeah, updated roadmap with, you know, maybe ideas, you know, we're looking at adding this the quarter of, you know, 2026, the second quarter of 2026, you know, our next upcoming patch. Even if you don't tell us a date, you know, our next upcoming patch, we're looking at this and this, and then after that, we're looking at this and this. You know, I know they talked about, like, you know, having terraformable terrain and all that makes everything hard, and I know it does. I mean, not obviously personally, but I know that that definitely changes stuff, especially on a scale this big that they don't need to be on. But at the same time, I can go play, you know, like a farming sim, for example, and is it one guy made it so you can dig in that game? It's not, ideally, I know it's not the same, it's different, but ultimately you can terraform in that game regardless. And it's just an add-on, and it's like a mod. It's not even a thing, which is cool. And that's where I kind of wonder, like, is there not a voxel system or a terraforming system in Unreal 5 that is compatible, or the same one that has a lot better support and a lot more updates and a lot more fixes being applied? I don't know, and maybe they don't, and that's, you know, part of the whole thing, but either way, I know all that sounded like a lot of hate and saltiness and me talking bad about the game. At the end of the day, I still love Out of Order, and I think they're doing a decent job with stuff. Just a few problems, you know, I'd like to see addressed first. I think 16 player multiplayer is coming soon as well. But yeah, we need to make some money. We need to get that frickin' bagger. And then we're gonna bring this guy, we're gonna buy it and bring it in here, and I don't care if I unlocked it or not, to be honest with you, because it's new equipment and people want to see new equipment, and I think something like that is beautiful for a solo, you know, player to really be able to dig on a big scale. I mean, obviously it's going to be quicker than what I'm doing here, right? But is it going to be that much quicker at the end of the day? I don't know. I don't really know. We're going to find out. You know, because you got to move it. You got to, you know, if you're not dumping into a truck, which, you know, obviously I'm not going to. I'm going to have to run some hoppers along it and dump into it. Probably need some more power and whatnot, but I'm sure it is going to be, but I'm just looking at the time to set up hopper systems, and when you got to move them and all that. Does it improve that much? I think it's going to. So yes, right now I'm just trying to get this, you know, we need to kind of get this top part taken off to kind of get us close to level here. Get some gold being put in there so we can possibly sell it. Trying to think of the other highlights of the, you know, the little dev session there. I know somebody asked about like real branding equipment, and you know, that's an up in the air thing, and I am kind of like on the, I don't really care if, you know, this machine says CAD on it or anything like that, especially like they said, you know, obviously them companies want the equipment to look exactly like it, and want it to, you know, operate like it, everything, and you just have so many stipulations, and you know, I have no problem right now looking at this and going, oh yeah, this is a CAD. This is a, you know, Komatsu, whatever the case might be. I don't know heavy equipment like that. I mean, I know John Deere's green. I know CADs and what Komatsu, they're usually yellow. Some orange one. Yeah, you know, that's about my knowledge of stuff when it comes to this. But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff, you know, obviously to come in out of ore, in the future of out of ore at some point. I think that bagger is going to be pretty nice though. I think it's going to be really nice. Hoping to be able to get it, buy it, and get it here today, but I did in this episode, but I just don't know. It depends on how much we're making up there right now. Then when I go back, I'm gonna have to buy some more hoppers as well for down here, obviously. Probably we're gonna need more power even, right? But that's it. That's what it is. There's my rant. But yeah, honestly, not salty, not like saying, hey, you know, Split didn't answer my questions, boo-hoo. It is what it is. I don't think they were really pulling them. I think it was more of the devs doing it, but it is what it is. I love Split. He said he helped me out, and that's awesome, so I still appreciate it. This is just a fun time down here, isn't it? Underground equipment. But I don't know if I ever really finished, but yeah, like trains, they're talking about, like I started going on why do we even like need trains yet, so that's probably why it's on the back burner, because I'm hoping there's more cooking for the need for it. But like mine carts and tracks like that, and I think at the moment I'd definitely rather have that kind of stuff. Oh, small equipment. I asked about that too. Like, are we going to get like a small little skid steer excavator, something to kind of bridge the gap from a pickaxe to the stuff you start buying? So that's another one. A lot of people asking about like Steam stuff, and I'm just I'm thinking like, let's get what we have going before we start throwing one other type of thing in there. And I don't know, I don't feel like Steam equipment would be that popular, right? And I know they're asking for like Steam trains and stuff like that too, and I'm like, I feel like if you're gonna put trains in here, it's gonna be ultimately, basic. I mean, I don't expect a huge system for it. I don't even know if, I mean, assume you'll lay your own tracks and stuff like that, but I don't expect like a railroad sim out of it. But there is plenty enough, I think, out there that have like railroad sim kind of style with Steam, if you really want it. But like, I think it'd be cool to have a Steam vehicle in here, but not the whole process of it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But then again, I don't know what everyone plays the game for. If I played just for digging, I don't think I'd be as interested in the game. Like if I just played to dig the way that it's set up. There's no challenge, right? There's no, oh, I wonder if I'm going to hit pay dirt or not. Like, you can see the grass. I know there's stuff under it. I can dig. And once you start getting fairly deep, you're going to hit pay dirt no matter where you go. At least in my experience so far. Like, I'm pretty sure you can dig anywhere you want, even if there's not dark grass. And once you get low enough, you're going to hit pay dirt. I mean, obviously, you probably want something a little closer to the surface. Someone asked about water. I know I've asked about that in the past, and it's kind of I doubt it's ever going to happen, but, they talk about stuff not being, like, possible or really that possible. I don't know if that means it's not possible for them or it's not, possible in general. I mean, I know, like, volumetric water and stuff like that would be amazing. Like, I think it'd be good, but I do know that comes at a cost, and that's a performance cost. And, stuff like that. But, like, I started playing with the guy from Discord, Papa. Started playing some Rising World. Actually, it's pretty cool. I've had it on my wish list for 8, 9, 10 years, and it went on sale like a month ago. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna throw it in my library. And he ended up throwing it in his too. He found it and did it, and it's got like flowing water and stuff. Same kind of thing. I can dig next to water pit and next to like the water or a lake, and the water comes over. And I think it'd be cool. I know. I think that'd be the only way to do water use, for the most part, right? Like, because if you're not using like volumetric water, basically, from the way I understand it, the water is just, at Y level, we'll just say 0, and then you got dirt, and if you dig down deep enough, you just hit that Y level, and then you got water. So it doesn't work in a game like this where you can dig extremely deep. So I think the only way you'd be able to do it is either just have to have just sections with water, not have it be across the whole map, which I don't know if that's possible, or volumetric water, which I think would be the coolest feature, and I think would be what people would want. You put a river, some lakes and rivers in a map, and then like you could trench it to wherever you wanted. And I think that'd be fun. I think it'd be fun for a lot of people, especially if you had to use it for your plants and stuff. but you know, that's something that may have had to have been more of a like planned thing. Like it may be something too hard to implement into the current setup. I don't know. I don't know. But I think it'd be cool. I think it'd add a lot to the game. But I do believe, strongly firmly believe Unreal 4 is holding it back from a lot of different features and stuff. And I still feel, even though you can, you know, pretty much turn most Unreal 4 games into Unreal 5 fairly easy, I still feel like if that is your ultimate plan, I still believe you get onto Unreal 5 and you build your systems in that and on that, just to make sure everything's going to be compatible, everything's going to work, whatever systems you need. I mean, because imagine, like, let's say, you know, they fix all the physics problems, right? You know, the dozer, whatever else. And then you take it to Unreal 5 and, you know, when it converts over, them physics numbers ain't right anymore. And now you're going to spend more time trying to adjust that. And I'm sure it's not going to be like if you take X game that's on 4 and you convert it to 5, there's no way, you know, it's 100% going to be the exact same as it was on 4, just with the update. I think there's going to be other issues. So we'll see what happens. But definitely would agree, like an updated roadmap would nice to see, with, you know, like at least a year or a quarter on it. Just to kind of give us a better idea, because, you know, trains have been on there for, you know, how long's the roadmap been out? And, you know, from what it sounds like, it's kind of, I'm going to use the word back burner. But back burner usually means, you know, it's just kind of back there. Like it's like a side project. Like there's no rush on it, but it's been on there for over a year, and you don't really hear nothing about it. I think it needs to be kind of not so much taken off the roadmap, but like maybe updated with, like, these are the things we are actively working on. You know, player customization, dozer fixes, drills, drag buckets, whatever else, you know, the you know, stuff might be. And then with, you know, future development for trains, trucking, whatever the case, you know, whatever that may be. I think that would be a little more useful information. At least, you know, you could look at it and go, oh, okay, well, like I can see it and go, oh yeah, trains are, you know, they're planned, but they're not being worked on right now. So I know in my head that, okay, we gotta go through all these other things before we're gonna get trains. And again, trains is just an example. I don't really care if there's trains or not right now. But I don't see a use for trains. I don't even technically really see a use for mine carts at the moment. Like, I know there's mines out there and people do underground, but I don't feel like underground mining is really got the equipment to do it properly and do it good and fun. I think there is more production coming for, like, be able to, you know, automate more things soon. So, and like that's the other thing, you know, like, you know, I talk about like the paving. It kind of, they release it and then, all right, here we go. There we go. It's out. Have fun. They did the same kind of thing with the conveyor production system. Like, you release it and get it out there. It does some things better and some things worse, and we're still missing a lot of pieces of the puzzle. So, you know, like the diamonds and rubies, you know, like that's not automated yet. There sounds like there are plans for it, but Like, it's almost like, okay, well, we got out a big bulk of it. I think that's good enough for now. Let's move on to the next project. Reminds me of me and my ADHD, right? Like, that's part of the thing. Like, you need that satisfaction of completing stuff. I mean, once you get close to finishing a project, that high of completing, multiple things goes away. So you move on to the next. Like, if you play Power Washing Simulator, that's probably my best example I could think of. Like when you're cleaning stuff, you're getting the ding, 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 like all the time. And then as you get to the bigger pieces or you're almost done, you're like, ding. A couple minutes later, ding. Like you can just, it feels like it's slowing down and most of it's clean. So you don't feel like you're accomplishing as much. You move, then you're like, oh, okay. That's the same kind of feeling like a lot of people with ADHD get, and like I get, like, remodeling the bathroom. Oh yeah, ripping down walls, building walls, drywall, building the tubs, floor, and all this. And now they're like painting and like putting up like one little coat or towel hanger or something like that, or I gotta put the base up. It's just like it's so unrewarding. It like my mind's just like, okay, what's the next big thing I can do to get those check marks flowing? So, but yeah, I feel like it's the same kind of thing with like this stuff here. Boom, production. Oh yeah, we got a new production, or new asphalt. We got a paver. We got a roller. We got a new system to get asphalt. Here it is. Here it is. Boom, boom, boom. Now we got to kind of like adjust it and make it thicker. We got to do something because it ain't working quite how we want. Yeah, that's not as fun. Let's get out. Let's put out new conveyors. Put out new production. Oh yeah, look at this. This is cool. Bam, all the conveyors. Bam, here's all this. Yeah, I don't really want to make another piece of equipment for that. I want to make something new. Boom, baggers. Or roll, I guess rope or cable excavators are next, right? So let's just stick to it. Let's pick your project, get your project finished as much as possible. To the point where you're like, okay, it's working. It's working as I want. Some tweaks here or there, but ultimately it's a complete project. And then we can move on to the next piece of equipment or the next planned feature. That's just me. I am a nobody. I understand that. I know that. My opinion's not that of everyone else's. What I want might not be what you want, or majority of it. I am sure majority of people could give one shit less if they could drive across that terrain and it's, hilly and mountainy, but like smooth. I like the rollers. I like to see the rollers get fixed a little bit. Like, I don't know if it's even a possibility. That was the one I was going to ask, and that's when I gave up on asking. Like, when you're rolling, can we not pull? Can we have it just straight flatten? Because that'd be cool too. That'd be useful. Whether it's an option to kind of switch how the roller works on that machine, or a total separate roller, I don't really care. Hitboxes of like the dozer especially and the grader, like I don't feel like that should be a hard thing to fix, but I'm guessing it is, or it's just coming with a lot more features than just being able to not dig dirt when you're 3 foot off the ground. But having said that, if they can get out everything that they want and it's on the roadmap, and they can add some other stuff, I'm definitely down. I think it's gonna be good. honestly my only kind of worry and concern is that someone else makes another one, a different game, you know, another Out of War style game, with just like who is it does Roadcraft, Focus, right, or Saber. Like they kind of have, they have a decent amount of systems to handle this, you know, not so much the terrain digging, but I'm sure they could pull that off. But you know, they kind of got it. Farming sim. I think they could essentially make a mining digging game. The question is this genre big enough for them to do it? I don't necessarily know if I want them to. I mean, I'd love to have, you know, a mix of, I've said it multiple times, of multiple games. Like, I would love this to be like a farming sim style, as of, you know, properties to buy, or gold, you know, like gold mining simulator properties to buy, a store you go and buy them from, you got to get them to your property, you know, stuff like that. Like, I'd totally be a fan of that. You know, roadcraft, like leveling systems. I'd totally be a fan of that. With tweaks, obviously. I don't think it's, definitely not perfect. You know, if you were able to add water in the game, now you're looking at possible dredges, or even barges to move, you know, move dirt and stuff in different areas. So, but I'm sure something like that obviously is going to be a heck of a game, like to be able to build all that kind of stuff, right? Which again is why I wish modding was more than just vehicles. I wish modding was more than just vehicles. I wish it would be pieces and game features and stuff like that. Alright, let's turn this off. Let's see what we got sitting in here. Probably not a whole lot. Not a ton. Not a ton. We might have a little bit of steel over here. No. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Just kind of curious. Does it sell? Does that? Yeah, none of that really sells for a whole lot. Yeah, like I can't, unless I'm doing it wrong or haven't figured it out, like I can't separate aluminum out of, or iron, just iron out of the line. Like I have to bring aluminum, silicon, and iron, aluminum, all that at once. Like, I think we need more sorting systems to help, you know, really that, if they're going for that automation style, right? I'm gonna guess these. I'm not selling from here, by the way. I'm just. Oh, 92 more floors. Let's go. Just throw all this in there. I just don't think we're gonna hit it. I don't remember. I know I wanted to, but did I end up doing it? I wanted to split the iron off. So only half of it got smelted. I think I said screw it, just smelt it all. Because I wasn't going to dink with getting it separated, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, because it comes in from there. Plus I split it over here, but I don't think I ended up doing it. No, just this guy here. The high temp sorter pulls it out. So what do I do with... no. So I have melted bars. What does that do? Because I have a bar roller. It doesn't roll it into bars. It doesn't roll it into beams. Huh? Oh, I guess I can just scroll down and see. Just into the bars? I don't think I can... You can't put these in here, right? No, I didn't think so. And if I put them in this hopper, where are they going to get sent to? Are they going to still split off at the high temp splitter, or are they going to go around to things? Oh my gosh, too fat. So it should be, yeah, put them in the bars. So I would... Yeah, see, like, I mean, I think it's the only way I can do it is... would have to put the things over here, right? Because I can't put a bar roller over there. Because I have no way of splitting those off of... and away from the iron and aluminum. So it would end up making... bar. Yeah, I don't think that will work. Am I blind? Or did I not take it out? I didn't take it out. So this... Nope, not that. That. So that should end up... I don't think these things sell for anything really in this little stack, right? So now I'm looking at... it's 3 million, so I still need another mill. I don't have another mill worth of stuff, that's for sure. Keep throwing the rubies and diamonds in there. So yeah, so it moves. Well, actually, I wonder if... Dang it. If I put a bar roller here before that, it ain't gonna obviously turn the plates and the rollers back into bars, and all the melted slip kind of right here will be bars, right? That checks out. Oh, but I got some in that one too, so I'd have to put a bar roller here. Well, raise this up. It might fit in there actually. That'd be close. Put one there and then put one there. I'm thinking that would be the route I'd have to go, right? Or the other thing I do is, that would just be pointless, is instead of putting those in there, drop them back, drop them out, then I just cycle. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, maybe next time I'm there, I'll get some bar rollers, and I'll put one on like the end of, or before that storage. That might do it. I assume it ain't gonna affect with the bars and the sheets, so that would be a way to get them turned into it. Yeah, we're just gonna have to grind. I don't think I really have anything else to sell. Oh man, I got some more generator fuel. Does iron or gold sell for more? Let's see, how much is it to buy it? I assume we can base it off of that, right? 63, 43, so, wait, 203, so gold, I'm guessing sells from an iron, right? That makes sense. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think we're gonna like spin to unlock the bagger. I think we are just gonna say screw it. The first one's unlocked, and then we'll add the second one, to the next tier or whatever. I'll add it in there on that list. But as of having to unlock it, I don't think I'm going to. I think it'd be too useful to us in this playthrough, and start getting a hole here that we can be proud of. I do have a lot of dirt, but that's got to be sold through the truck if I stick to that rule, which I might as well. But not enough dirt. I don't think no matter what's that sell for. What's a stack of dirt sell for? I don't remember. It's like 20K. Hey, I may or may not have forgot to start turning there before I backed up. Definitely gonna have to try to get another episode in here and record it before I leave. If not, it's gonna be not till the following week episode with the bagger. Maybe I'll just keep digging here and longer episode of just digging. Come here. Can I get that little nugget? And get it next time. Hopper is a little far away too, but that's okay. I don't know how it front flipped yet. That's... But yeah, I definitely, content-wise, I need to get the bagger put in here. Yeah, I told you I'd get you. Oh man, I think I'm just about better. Just about, hopefully just in time. I'm recording this on a Friday, and I leave on Sunday. I need it. Bumpy. I know I could have went and got the roller up there, smooth this out a little bit, but time is money. Time is money. I keep hearing, man, I feel like I should have more gold and stuff from this, but this is just a little baby bucket. It's not a huge thing at all, so. Bank will have its due. Oh, what do we think? I mean, that would be not enough yet. That would be close, right? That would be close. I mean, honestly, nowhere else would be nice. It's not just for like running pay dirt, like getting it up here. You know, when I was like clearing off the top of that mountain, like it would be super nice for that too. All right. let's see. Let's see what we have. I think a loan for $1 million is well worth it. And get that. I think we'll run so much more stuff. The new machine needs to be here at the property. We need to be having it. It's a new update. That's what people want to see, right? Like, I mean, for crying out loud, all the new rope buckets and stuff came out, and I still don't even own one. And I don't think those are as big of a deal. I don't think personally. Alright, so let's sew what we got here. Heater. Get rid of the wood blocks, don't need those. So that's at, oh, that puts us at 32. What's this thing cost? Passed it, didn't I? There we go. 32, so that would put us at 42. How much are... I know what I'm looking for. Do you? 3x, that might be good enough for now, right? Right. Conveyors. How much is like let's get a couple of those. How many straight pieces do I have? I think I have enough straights, enough left, enough rights. Let's get a couple more of those just in case. Let's hit I. Let's go to bank. Confirm. Let's take out $1 million loan. What are my payments? Okay, whatever. Let's do it. We're going for a double episode today. We are doing a double episode. Alright, baby. Let's go. I don't care. I don't know what my rules are. I don't remember. I don't care. Oh, we still have 4.2 million. I'll have to take that out, like, right before I do the next episode. I can't. Sometimes, you know, I go a few episodes and I buy nothing, but that way the interest. Wait a minute. Just thought about that too. And I'm gonna pay $50,000 and have it delivered. I don't think. I wonder if the interest is gonna pull out automatically, or the payments. Whoops. I wonder. Let's go. Yeehaw, baby. Yeehaw. This definitely is a piece of equipment I was excited for as soon as I seen them making it, so. Oh, really? I didn't know that worked like that. I thought I'd just keep going. I was hoping to get some, like, epic, you know, flight through the air. $50,000 for a flight delivery. Boom. Probably should have flattened that out first. I don't care. Oh shit, look at that. Let's go. I didn't know it automatically just pulled from my company image. That's pretty sweet. Right, we'll do some flattening now. Okay, just a little bit here. All right. Double episode. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. I probably shouldn't have did those yet. Oh well. I guess I didn't really need to jump for that. That's cool though. You know, I really hope I get a fuel truck soon. I should have like maybe do it up there. Whatever. Whatever. You know what else? Speaking of that, where is my skill tree? Do I have skill 17 available? I wasn't sure. Nope. I have a question for you guys too that watch this. How interested would you guys be in a modded Minecraft series? And by modded Minecraft series, I definitely mean all the mods 10, which is like 500 some mods. There's like Create Mod, which is really cool. I want to learn. I've played with it a little bit in the past in all the mod 9 a few years ago. And that's like power and axles and pulleys and or gears and conveyors and stuff like that. All right, let's get this kind of in position, I guess. I have. I wonder if I can't move it. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to bind some controls to it, which is fine. I'm gonna do that real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I think I got everything set up. So let's first of all, let's zoom in a little bit here. What are our views here? Oh, another follow cam. First person, that could be kind of fun. That could be hard. I think I want to go down just a little bit, like right there, because then I can turn it on, lower it down, go left and right, or I can. You know what? I want to change one thing here. I think I want this on the actual rotating of the joystick. I think that'll make it a lot nicer. Just gonna leave this. Yeah, because I can go up and down a lot easier. Alright, so let's do that. Let me get this guy out of the way just in case. Turn that back off. Let's see, what do we got here? Looks like we got, it's like 2 blocks down. Let's just use this guy right here. I think so. We're fine. We're gonna hopefully go down. We'll put the hopper there, and that should work for now. And then we'll remove the hopper. I'm in a rush. Can you tell? Kind of excited. And then we'll turn it that way. Then we can run the hopper right behind it, like parallel. You know, almost like chasing it down. Guess I can leave that there for now. But I kind of got an idea, right? Get me close anyway. Is that the bottom there? Looks like it, right? Really? Went all the way over there? It don't make no sense. Alright, now we need, get the coal out of there. Let's get the input there. We don't need that. I don't think we need that. Was that the dual one? Yep. That there. Let's go get our turbine. Do I still have power poles on me? I do. Perfect. Whoa. Like so. Oh. Try there. Alright. From there to there. I know that was another question people were asking that I was hoping for an answer to, is bigger power stuff. And I think, if I remember right, that was back in the last one. Oh, guess I gotta turn this on. Support it a little bit better. Support that a little bit better. Can I raise that up a little bit? Wait a minute. Is that not going in there? I mean, it should definitely be going in there, right? Where the hell is that dirt coming out of? Hello? What am I missing here? What am I missing? I know right now I'm missing is I'm hitting the thing. Why is that coming out of there? Definitely not overfilling it. It's on that belt. Have anything to do with, like, the dirt being in the way? Kind of curious. Let me take all this off. Let me make sure it's, and obviously it's snapped on, right? Because the belt up there has it. I'm probably missing something so simple, right? Let me just clear off this. Let me make sure there's no dirt clipped inside. I don't know if that affects it or not, but I don't want it in there anyway. Oh, what I'm curious about, I want to know, I was going to look, because they talked about putting in some of the old conveyors, turning them back on so you could get them. Because Split had a setup, but no one has access, you know, because he has like the dev tools or whatever for testing. And he thought everyone had access, and we don't, because, you know, they took out the old stuff. And they talked about it'd be pretty easy to just put it back in for people. That should still be on, but I want to switch it around because I think I had it backwards. No. I don't know. Whatever it was, I think it's done now. Maybe. Guess we'll find out. Shortly enough, right? All right. Um. Let's move over a hair so I can. Hopefully turn. So there's a couple ways to use this. Like, you got the realistic-ish kind of way, you know, just let the dirt be where the bucket is. Or you have, like, the full-on, just smash it through the dirt. Okay, now the dirt's coming out again. What in the heck is going on? I'm pretty sure I just seen dirt coming out. Am I overloading the... No way I'm overloading the hopper, because I go check it, it's almost empty every time. It ain't running... I don't know what's going on. If you know, let me know, because I'm at a loss. She definitely turns slow, right? I mean, which makes sense. Am I making it in there? If I am, I'm barely making it in there. Alright, let's back it up. Wow, that is really slow. Which is fine. But unless it's maybe I don't know if I watched Scene Split using the small one or just a big one. I'm not really sure. So it still shows stuff in my belt. Like, what am I hitting right now? Where in the heck am I getting dirt from? If I had my camera out, you'd see this, like, what face? Well, it is beta, right? So I don't like that view. I like that one. The other one's like really weird. I mean, I think I just rotate all the way as far as I can go, right? I think we'll go with like a medium, like, you know, past the buckets a little bit, but not like straight up the whole wheel. Especially going back to the left there. Definitely have to slide it over a little bit here to get that part. It'll definitely take us a little bit of shaping, right? To get it shaped and set up for here, because obviously it's such a weird shape right now because, you know, we weren't using it to start. In fact, let's go back right now. Let's see. Think about that depth since we're so close to this side. We'll probably stop, obviously, like right there. Alright, now let's head back. I mean, I might have to find a lot more things to talk about, though, I'll tell you that, because using this, there ain't going to be a whole lot of things that I need to do. Like, I'm not driving, like, I'm just one-handing it here. I'm going to have to have, like, a puppet show or something on my other hand while I'm doing this. Alright, we need to set a good level here. Let's go a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. That is weird. Something I did, I'm sure. Oh, that's what I forgot to buy. I should have bought. Alright. Let's turn you off. Let's raise you up. Yeah, I don't know where this dirt is coming from. I mean, it's not like it's pulling it off the wall, right? This is painfully slow, like getting it in position. Like once you start cutting dirt, it don't feel that bad, but I'm still gonna have to use, you know, whatever and get a ramp down there. I don't know how low this goes. I don't know if this would make us a good ramp or not. It might. It's already sloped, right? Might be kind of hard, but I think the thing that I'm kind of excited for too on this is all the walls are going to have like nice looks to them. Like if you use this to make your whole, you know, pit, like they're going to be nice clean edges. All right, so I feel like I'm gonna have to go there. Oh, I didn't really want to get rid of that. I needed to... I don't know if I need a left or a right. Should be a left, right? The left, correct? Yeah, he was talking like early when it first came out, not for us, but for testing. You could drive with the wheel on, and it was a little OP. I'm like, yeah, I could see that. You know what? Let's just this should dump us pretty far out of the way, right? Let's see, where's it gonna? Eh, it might dump it right on our way. Let's see where it goes. Let's back up. Just wanna clear this little hill here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're on unstable ground here. I didn't get to see it go through rock. I'm wondering how it handles that. All right. What piece of my equipment has the GPS already? It's my grader, right? Is that down here? Is my grader here? I can just take one off of there. Because I think the GPS works pretty nice on that machine. Roller, roller. Oh, it's there. Okay. Didn't really care about the teleporting part. I was just trying to see if it was somewhere other than the mine. So, but no point in running over there if I'm already there. So we just have to set the height we want it at. Oh God. 11,675 ish. I mean, it's not going to work great now because I'm obviously dropping dirt right where the tracks are, so it's kind of bouncing it around, but okay. That good. Let's just smooth this up a little bit. Let's move this up to here, because we're going to be driving here. Alright, let's, yeah, I think once we get, like, high walls, it'll obviously be a lot better. I won't have to move as much, because I'll have, you know, a whole tall wall to do it on. Let's clean up this little area here a little bit. Oh my. That's probably going to be a problem, huh? That's probably just going to build right up on it. Yes, I know. I probably rushed and put it on here, start using it, and I didn't really have a great setup for it yet. Kind of shocked that just ain't pulling it. I think they turned that off, right? The old hoppers used to do that. It was a great leveling tool. I mean, really, you could clear. Made it nice for tunneling, because you just drop it down and it would, you know, clear a spot for it. You didn't have to, like, dig it out and all that first, but look at that. Big old expensive piece of machine, and here we are still with a pick going to town. I think a water monitor would be cool too, but obviously that takes water. I think that could be kind of cool. But yeah, no, this piece of equipment, I'm definitely happy this got added. This was definitely high on my list. And then small equipment, I think, would be, as of like heavy equipment, that I would want brought back in, or brought back, I wish, brought into the game. Seems like a good amount of people want small equipment too, from what I seen people asking about it. All right. So no, there. We should be over it. Yeah, let's go. I don't understand. I don't know why it's building up like that. I mean, it's still on the belts, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's coming out of the hopper. Maybe it's just too slow. Oh my god. I'm an idiot. It's okay, y'all can stop yelling at me now. Because I figured it out. Because I'm stupid as can be. Because I had an output on there I didn't need. Okay. Easy. I'll figure it out. Better don't do it now. I'm so freaking dumb. I'm definitely gonna have to get a higher. I mean, you can't overload the conveyors anymore, right? So. And I think I want to switch this again. Left, gonna go right, save. I had it on my twist of my joystick, but then I felt like I was moving it up and down maybe a little bit as I was twisting it, so I put it on the two buttons up here. I realistically don't need it on my joystick, like for this machine. Definitely has, like I said, a little bit bigger hitbox than I want. Like, I just want it to be right where the bucket is. All right, so 640. Is the ground really that unstable? Or am I just hitting the wall a little bit, a little too far, a little too deep? Might just be a little too deep. track's like going underground. I mean, look how convenient this is. It just goes up and down for me automatically. Yeah, I definitely think it's hitting. I probably was a little too deep on this one. Once I get in a better place, I'm probably going to have to get like some steel floor down to put this on, just to kind of help get a level set. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to worry about hitting, right? I think I'm clear. I can't believe I was friggin' that stupid. It's a dual hopper idiot. It's because I was, you know, didn't have a conveyor hooked up to it. Alright, let's try to keep it around 650. Like, I'm not going up and down. I think it's just the thing rocking a little bit. Definitely bounces a lot more than I thought it would. I think it's okay. You know, we're within a few centimeters. I think that's acceptable. Oh, wrong button. Let's go back here. I think we're still good there. So I am actually kind of leaning back towards my original question. Do we think this is quicker than if I had the loader down here dumping into the hopper, you know, like in a closer range, like, you know, where the hopper is now? I honestly feel like it might be too hard to tell. Because... oh, wait, that's... 11,650, that's right. You know, because I'm not, like, on a good platform. I'm not really taking a lot of dirt, per se, because I'm just doing this little tiny bench. But I think come next episode, we will get the ramp done, get down there, hopefully, and then be able to kind of hopefully set up like right from the start, and we'll have a lot taller wall to cut than, 2 passes. But it's definitely going to take a minute to kind of get used to it, I think. Learn how far to drive forward, yada, yada, yada. Because realistically, this is like a 1-pass thing, and I'm making it 2 passes, and it doesn't need to be. Yeah, like this is like definitely a 1-pass thing. Alright, so let's bring it up. Let's drive forward. Let's turn it on. We want 11,650-ish. $11,650-ish. Yeah, it's just doing that bounce up and down thing right now. I'm not sure why. I don't feel like my little front hopper on the machine is hitting. Maybe it was back there, because now it don't seem to be... it was a little bit, I don't know. It might be hitting. Definitely from left to right is the best way to go with this. Like I lower it down, it just like bounced right back up. Yeah, it must be hitting, or just the amount of dirt, maybe. Alright, let's take a look at the hopper. Where are we at for... it's empty. I would say it's keeping up good enough for the amount of dirt I'm taking with it. I know I could run this, going, especially only going from left to right. I could run this right in, almost a whole friggin' thing. Now the thing might be just a hair short. Nope. Alright, let's leave that there. Actually. I don't know, are these 8s or are these... 6s. Or are they not 4s? Let's see. I think power-wise, we're better off doing this. Even though that now might be... I think that should be alright, huh? Nope, going a little too low. That'd probably be the next thing I would really think would be helpful and cool, is a GPS that could like I could lock at 11,650 and it'll auto correct itself to that. Because I'm not going up or down, it's kind of pulling itself around. Yeah, so this will be kind of like a cheap pull. Like you can like take it right to the hub, which, you know, kind of cheap. So yeah, I don't think this, yeah, I think it'll be a lot better once I get myself set up properly for it, instead of just kind of rushing it down here and throwing a hopper back there kind of thing. Getting a good surface, like flat, good surface to drive on. And once we do that, and you know, some of these issues that like I'm having now are gone, I definitely think this is gonna be quicker than the loader. Oops, I do not want to lower that. I think I might do that. I might put the raise and lower, like where I have to hit a button and pull on the joystick or push on the joystick. That way, like I don't accidentally, because I'd rather have it on the twist for turning, because I have my little, you know, top hat on there that I use for looking around, and I can't really hit it easily. Because I use my thumb for it. My thumb is now on this button. Yeah, we could definitely speed up the belt system. Obviously, remember, that's going to take more power. And it's kind of annoying that interest, Jesus. I told you, I'm still not all here. Interest isn't ticking off by itself. I thought I had more of those. I forgot to consume them. I mean, we didn't do bad, right? For it. And once we got set up, you know, and got stuff going, it kind of cooked along pretty good. But I'm gonna call it there. A double episode. It's still gonna be one episode number, but actually just over that. Man, it's like 2.25 episodes. 50% more. Let's go. 100% more. 100% more. Oh, math is not mathing. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you don't mind. I kind of bent probably some rules somewhere because I decided to unlock this instantly and get it and have it. I just, like I said, I haven't even touched the rope excavators yet. And as much as you guys like watching out of ore in general, I know you guys want to see new stuff. I want to use the new stuff, and I don't play it solo as of late. Like I said in the past, I just started to feel that burnout happen. I didn't want to burn it out. I wanted to keep the series going for you, me, and the channel because I enjoy the game and stuff like that. So, but I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button. If you already left a comment about why my dumbass was making piles of dirt and I didn't know why, go ahead and leave them in there. But I did figure it out. Thank you for yelling at me. I may have felt those comments from the future come to the past, and that's what got me to realize I was an idiot. But if you haven't left a comment, leave one. Anything works. Any ideas, tips, tricks, highs, hellos, anything helps the good old YouTube algorithm and helps me get found. And if you haven't subscribed and you're watching, or you find yourself coming back, if you hit that subscribe button, I mean, sure, I'd love for notifications to go on so you can make sure you watch the video. But even if you turn them off because you don't like them, the sub still helps out a ton, and it really helps the channel grow. Thank you for all the supporters so far. Thank you, even if you're not a sub and you're watching the video. I still love the view. I still appreciate the view. Have a wonderful night, evening, morning. Hope to see you guys next video, next time. Either one. Love you guys. Bye.